Darkness has always been the way of the Sith, and sometimes even figuratively, as many of the Sith we know were able to hide in plain sight, sometimes even in the presence of the Jedi. Take Darth Plagueis for example. Known as Higo Damask II of the intergalactic banking clan, the Jedi never suspected him to be a Sith Lord. In fact, the Jedi thought that the Sith were extinct for more than a millennia. Or we can take our best example yet, Darth Sidious himself. There are no other Sith in history that worked so closely with the Jedi for such an extended period of time and not be discovered. While representing Naboo as a senator, he was still able to avoid being detected, although at the time he was not yet in the spotlight as he was when he finally became Chancellor. Years and years of plotting against the Jedi and the Republic right under the nose of the Jedi, and yet he was never detected as being strong with the dark side of the Force or a Sith Lord. So have you ever asked yourself, why is the Jedi's vision so clouded, and how is it possible that a temple filled with Jedi Knights and Jedi Masters could not sense anything and foresee the future of the dark times that were to come? The explanation of how Darth Sidious managed to deceive the Jedi standing right before them is actually quite interesting. Although there are many explanations that offer some insight as to how Sidious did this, in this video I found it best to explain to you the most interesting reason that I thought it needed to be shared. You see, before the rise of the Galactic Republic, during their brief galactic domination roughly 6,000 years before the Clone Wars, the Sith built a shrine on the planet of Coruscant. But after the Sith Order was eventually defeated by the Jedi, they then built the Jedi Temple, raising it over the shrine's foundation in a symbolic attempt to bury the legacy that the Sith had left behind. However, what the Jedi did not know was that this decision would ultimately play right into the hands of the Sith Lord Darth Sidious and in turn be the end of the Jedi Order. During his time as Chancellor, Palpatine used the residual power of the dark side of the Force from the Sith Shrine under the Jedi Temple and clouded the vision of the Jedi Council to hide his motives and identity until finally it was too late. During his time as Emperor of the newly reorganized Galactic Empire, Palpatine turned the Jedi Temple into his imperial palace and at last excavated the shrine. Sidious was known to use the shrine as his private sanctum, where he spent much of his time meditating on the nature of the dark side of the Force. Alright guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't miss out on any of my future videos that I will post on this channel. Have a fun day, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.